Well, first off, congratulations on another fantastic film in the franchise. Um, when you look back to filming the first Zombies movie and reflect on your experiences, what has surprised or delighted you guys about returning to these characters and watching them continue to develop and be challenged in new sets of circumstances?
I'm surprised and delighted that the world seems to love Zed and Addison as much as we do. I mean, I just am so grateful to be a part of a franchise that spreads such a positive message. And yeah, I mean, when I joined onto this franchise in the first movie, I was just excited to be like working with Disney and doing something cool like this. But now as it's gone on, I've realized the serious impact it's made. So I just feel honored to be able to come back to it. And as for growing and these characters changing, um, at first I was like, no, Zed should be the same in every movie. This is where my head was at when we started. And I was like, what did I do last movie? But I realized they're growing the same way we are. As it's almost been 10 years for us now. So you can't fight the fact that we're new people on every movie. And I guess we just use that, you know? And there seems to be lots of parallels between where we are in our lives and what's going on in every movie, especially on this one.
Mhm. That was so beautifully said. It's so true. I think that the messages, just the positive messages, are just endless. And I mean, people of all ages can walk away learning something from these films. And I think it's just such a beautiful thing now more than ever. You were both producers for the first time on the last one, which is incredible. What itch did that creatively scratch and like what excited you about putting back on the producing hats this time around? Were there things that you wanted to get your hands a little dirtier with, or?
Yeah, I think throughout all of the zombies movies, we've always talked about just the franchise and the movie as a whole of not even just Zed and Addison, but just the whole entire world, every character and world building. And so being able to not just talk about it to each other, but to talk about it and then actually put it into action is really cool. And we were the only people behind the scenes that grew up with DCOMs. Like that was like, we were in the DCOM era. So being able to have that input just as fans of Disney Channel was just really, really important. And I think really shown in this movie, I think.
Yeah, you said which creative itch did it scratch? And I'll tell you, with Zombies 1, 2, and 3, me and Meg were very creatively itchy the whole time. And
Very.
now on Zombies 4, we got to like scratch every itch and we got to do more. I mean, we got to suggest so many things that ended up, I think, really changing the movie and also just learning from the rest of the production team. So very grateful.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Milo, like it's such a reflective experience because a big theme in this one is leadership and what it means to be a good leader. And it feels like y'all have probably learned how to be great leaders through your experience on this franchise and then being able to implement those skills as producers and as creatives. And it's just incredible. And what a lovely experience and just a huge congratulations.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so much.
much.
Yeah, no, we feel the exact same way. So yeah, you basically
Yeah,
said it
thank you so
yourself.
much for saying that.
Well, first off, congratulations to the both of you on Zombies 4.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
yeah, y'all did an amazing job, and these characters are such incredible additions to the universe. So big congrats.
Thank
Thank
you
you. I
so
appreciate it.
much.
A big theme of the film is leadership and what it means to be a good leader. And it's also an essential part of Victor and Nova's journeys. Joining this iconic universe for the first time in these roles, what did you both learn about yourselves as creative collaborators and leaders on set?
Oh man. Um, I think that wow. I That's an amazing question.
Oh,
I think that over time, like just like in our careers as we've grown up, it's like you slowly become more mature and slowly like get more you slowly like understand the creative side of things a lot more. Like when I feel like when I was younger doing in this business, it's like, oh, I get to go play a character, yay! And like I show up to set and I just play the character and then go home. But I feel like this one was the first one that I was able to like really have creative say on like how I felt Victor was in certain scenes, and how I felt he was as a man and as a boy and as a love interest and as a son and a leader and all that type of stuff, as a best friend. So I think that I don't know. I mean, I think that for leadership though, it's important that, and I think that Victor ended up doing this pretty well towards the end, was just staying true to yourself and doing what you feel, he felt was right, which was, finally getting on the Daywalker's good side. So, but yeah.
That was lovely. What a beautiful journey for him and yourself on this. And I mean, Freya, this is your first act, yes, which is incredible and sort of blew me away. I mean, you're no stranger to the stage and to dance and singing, but how did it feel stepping into Freya's shoes? I'm sorry, into Nova's shoes in this way, and in sounds like such an amazing, creative, kind of safe environment creatively.
Yeah, it was just crazy getting to step into the shoes of Nova and a franchise that I've loved my whole life. It was, yeah, really, really surreal and just really exciting. And I think playing a character like Nova, who has such a cool kind of arc where she's always had this inkling that she's longing for something more, longing to be true to herself. She doesn't feel like what's happening is really right. And then I think as the movie kind of progresses, meeting Victor, I feel like Victor really gives her the strength to speak up on things that she's feeling passionately about. So I think it also shows a lot of teamwork along with leadership in the movie, and that was something that was just so fun to get to play and kind of dig into. So yeah, Nova being my first role was a big pressure and slightly daunting, but also one of the most incredible opportunities that I just had so much fun doing.
Well, you absolutely killed it. And
Thank you.
it's true. I think, Malachi, what you were kind of saying earlier, I could see through both of your performances this beautiful humanity to these monsters, to these sort of outer world, beings, and it felt so grounded. And I think too, y'all towed this line beautifully of them finding themselves as leaders, as standing up to their elders, but also being young adults and enjoying and making sure that they're not missing out on, what comes along with that and the joys of that. And it was just so beautifully done. And y'all should be so proud of yourselves.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.